Hello, welcome to August 2022 Monthly Beauty Favorites and Fails. I have so many fantastic favorites to share with you today and several really disappointing fails. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I have loads of products to share with you today, so let's go ahead and get into what I loved and didn't love in August. Because I have a difficult under eye area, I had to try the new launches from Charlotte Tilbury. These are very recent. I've been testing them out. This is the new Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer and the Airbrush Brightening Flawless Finish Powder. I'm going to do my best to keep my thoughts concise yet thorough. So let's talk about the concealer first. I grabbed two shades, shade 3 and shade 6. Her shade descriptions are a little bit confusing because she doesn't have a light shade in there. She goes from fair to fair medium to medium. I guess fair medium is light. I'm not quite sure. Her shade descriptions are a little weird. So shade 3 is described as fair with neutral pink undertones. Shade 6 is described as fair medium with neutral undertones. I typically like to go a little bit lighter than my skin tone, but not too light. And I don't typically like yellow toned under eye concealers because it just looks weird with the tone of my under eye discoloration. I prefer neutral or pink. I have darkness, texture, and fine lines, and my under eyes are dry. Here's shade 3 and 6 on the back of my hand. Shade 3 is pretty light. I'll reserve that for brightening just the darkest parts, kind of pinpoint concealing underneath my eye. Shade 6 is pretty warm and yellow, in my opinion, for a neutral shade. Now, I have applied these with my fingers, with a damp sponge, with a brush. I do prefer to apply this with my fingers because with a sponge, I do get that medium coverage that this claims to have, but with my fingers, I get a little bit more, which is what I need to camouflage the dark circles and the hollows that are underneath my eyes as well. Now here on the application, you're seeing me apply this directly over my skincare. I don't have a corrector underneath, which I usually do. That's also what you're seeing here today on camera, is this concealer with no corrector underneath it, which is why my circles might be a little bit more apparent today. However, for a medium buildable coverage concealer to conceal this well without a corrector underneath, and I have had this on for 7 hours now and it has not budged. Sometimes radiant concealers can emphasize fine lines and texture and crease up. I think if you are not prone to creasing, you may not have to set this. It's lightweight, smoothing, flattering, hydrating, and I only need a light dusting of powder underneath my eyes for it to look really nice all day. For reference, here are both shades swatched on the back of my hand next to some of the daily concealers I wear. Shade 3 is on the bottom row next to other concealers that I use to pinpoint brighten at the darkest parts of my under eye area. And you can see how much lighter it is than the other two shades that are there. I think shade 6 is probably closest to Cream Whip from Clinique right here, but Cream Whip has more of a peachy undertone, whereas 6 has just more of a yellow undertone. It's definitely the most yellow toned out of all of these shades. Now, it doesn't really reflect once my makeup is done. I mean, it looks fine. I just prefer a peachy pink or neutral undertone underneath my eyes. This concealer is a winner for me. I do think that this is possibly replacing the Magic Away concealer with that awful packaging. I hope so because the doe foot on this is really nice. Aside from my personal issue with my shade, I think it's a beautiful concealer if you have mature skin, fine lines, texture, dryness. I love it. Now to the powder. I do have both here just for comparison purposes. I'm going to keep this pretty short. I mean, it's powder. I feel like we can go through this quickly. So the packaging is actually really pretty. It's got this kind of pearly iridescent finish to it. I have fair medium, which is basically a white, very similar to my Holy Grail under eye powder from Pat McGrath, which is also white, and it's the light shade. It's very smooth when you take your finger through it. It looks white. Very smooth when you swipe it on the back of your hand. I'm going to do the same with the Pat McGrath powder. When I do the same, it feels a little chalkier, but it swipes on smooth. Now the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder is a lot of people's holy grail powder for a reason. It does give you an airbrushed, flawless finish when you set with it, when you use it as a finishing powder. It makes your pores disappear. It's also invisible under eyes. I mean, it just smooths texture, sets everything. It's just a gorgeous powder for all skin types, but it's not brightening. And I think that that is why Charlotte created this powder, to kind of fill that hole. Now, I have the shade 1 Fair because it disappears like a translucent powder on my skin, even though it's this beigey tone. And when I take my finger through this, it feels like silk. It's just buttery smooth. Obviously, it's not going to be white when I swipe it on the back of my hand. And when you just kind of blend them out, they all disappear in their own ways. But what happens with the Charlotte Tilbury, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this on camera, there is a little bit of a glow, a brightening radiance here, not a glitter, that I don't get with Pat McGrath, and I don't get it with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. It is more apparent when you set a cream product, a concealer, if you're not careful. So I find I have to use a very, very light hand with this product in order for it to not kind of stick and emphasize some not good things under my eyes. So for me, this kind of missed the mark a little bit. I would much rather just use this or use my Holy Grail Pat McGrath. I love the concealer, but don't really love the powder. Let's talk about what's on my eyes today. I have been thrilled with everything about this palette, including the price. Now, I should be able to be more brief with everything that's in this video. I was pretty thorough with the concealer and the powder because they're new. There's a lot of information to get out there. I should be able to be pretty concise yet thorough with everything else. So this is the LA Girl Sunkissed Glow eyeshadow palette. I have been loving this and reaching for this so much recently. I can get warm looks, neutral looks, one and done looks, or a complete look even with eyeliner, which is basically what I did today, but it was just a super easy look. I just put a couple of neutral shades in my transition, deepened up my crease with this shade. I used a combination of this and this shade on the center and inner third of my lid, deepened up the outer third with this shade, and then I lined with this shade. The mattes are nice. The shimmers are great. I don't even have to wet my brush, which is something that I find I'm having to do more and more with various palettes. What I particularly love about this palette, what I loved right away, is the variety of the shimmers. I find so many palettes lately will give you a few shimmers, and most of them are either super light, like a white with a lot of fallout that you have to wet your brush to use, and then a deep shade, and then one that's like this really rich gold, and that's your option. I find myself asking where the light mid-tone champagne shade is, the pinky champagne, you know, that wearable shade that you can just swipe on your lid and go. I have options here and the price is great. I have just been loving this so much. It's easy. It's beautiful. I love this palette. If you love neutrals, warm tones, you need this in your life. I'm a little hesitant to share what's on my lips today, but I've been reaching for it and loving it lately, so I'm gonna share it. But it's just a lip liner, and I just did a lip liner video which got abysmal views, so I'm guessing a lot of you are not into lip liner or you just missed it. I don't know. I'll link it down below if you want to go catch it. BareMinerals launched some new Mineralist lip liners. If you like opaque lip liners that look and wear like a lipstick, well, I guess better than a lipstick because they really just stay on the lips. I mean, look at how creamy that was when I applied it to my hand. You can see me applying it right here, and it's worn so well as I've been talking and drinking throughout this video and in life. I mean, it just stays creamy. It's flattering. It doesn't emphasize lip lines. If you do wear lip products on top of it, it does help them wear better throughout the day. Sometimes lip products that adhere really well can dry your lips out, but these don't. They feel good, they wear well, they're flattering. The shade that I'm wearing is Charming Pink. It kind of reminds me of Urban Decay Rush. It's a little bit pinker than Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, but I think that this would translate into fall nicely. I'm really loving this shade of pink. I find that it's pretty flattering. Not too pinky, not too neutral, just kind of a nice in between. This was kind of an under the radar launch from BareMinerals that I'm here for. I tried this next product because of my love for Drunk Elephant Deep Bronzy Drops. drops. I'm all about a dupe, and I've had a few people suggest this product to me or ask me to try it to see if it's a dupe. I think I'm on my 3rd tube of debronzy. I keep it in my life. It's a staple. To give my face or my body a glow, I put a drop or 2 in face moisturizer or primer. I'll put several more drops into body lotion, or if a foundation is a little bit too light or if I want a little bit of extra glow, I'll add a drop or 2 into foundation, and it deepens products without changing the texture and without making me oily or greasy during the day. It's such a beautiful product, and it has skin benefits. So these are the Indeed Nanobronze bronzing drops. They come in this little pump bottle here, which I do really like. It's a little bit different than the Drunk Elephant that you drop out. I don't necessarily think one is better than the other. What I do find though is that instead of having that, I don't know, I don't want to say luminosity because I don't feel like you necessarily get sparkles or a glow with the Drunk Elephant, but they do give you just kind of a warm radiance. These have, I don't know, more of a flat tone to them. I don't know if that's picking up on camera. It just kind of looks a little bit different. So you may be asking, why am I not just putting these in a dupes video? Well, I just don't find these to be a suitable dupe. Some people might, I just don't. There's the issue with the tone, the texture's different. These are a little bit thicker and they transfer quite badly. These were a huge fail for me. I sometimes mix the debronzy drops into my body lotion if I feel like my legs are looking a little bit pasty or paler than I want them to look. I have never had an issue with the debronzy rubbing off on anything. Ever. The 2 times I did the same thing with this product, it stained my car. I had to clean and scrub and get it out of the leather seats on my car. So yes, I am not a fan of this product, and I do not think that it is a dupe for debronzy. I cannot recommend it unless you just don't mind transfer. I've just never had that problem with debronzy. I know this has a lot of stars. A lot of people love it. Maybe not everybody uses it that way, but even if you're using it on your face or on your neck or your shoulders or something, I don't know. That's just not something that I am willing to deal with. So it may just be me, but I just did not like this. Moving forward with MAC Fix Plus Stay Over Alcohol-Free Setting Spray. Now, if you saw my new and worth it makeup products video I did a few weeks ago, I did share this in there, but because I've been reaching for it so much this month, I needed to put it in this video. I'm gonna keep this brief though, because I don't want to duplicate everything. I do have some other favorite products in that video, so I'll have it linked down below as well as up in a card, and I'll also have all the products I'm sharing today down in my description box as well, so that you can check them out. So if you are looking for an alcohol-free setting spray that is a little bit less than Charlotte Tilbury, which has been my holy grail, this is a great option. It does a great job of setting my makeup without changing the finish. It also just leaves that beautiful kind of melded together finish. I don't know what took MAC so long to come out with the setting spray, but I am so glad that they did, because this is a really nice one. The mist is also really nice and fine, which is really important in a setting spray. So this is a winner for me, and it definitely needed to be in my August monthly favorites and fails. There was another product in that same video that I had just started to use. I was really liking it kind of right away, but I wanted to give you my verdict after using it for a longer period of time, because it is a skincare product. It's also another under eye product, and as we said earlier, I'm picky about my under eye products. This is the Drunk Elephant Ceramighty AF Eye Balm. So they launched this under eye balm, eye cream. I was very intrigued by it. It's got a 3% ceramide blend, which helps support the skin barrier and maintain moisture balance, which is hugely important for our under eye area. It's also got a 10% plant omega lipid complex, which is rich in fatty acids and antioxidants. And that's supposed to soothe and moisturize and soften the feel of the skin that you put it on top of. There are other great ingredients in here, but basically this eye cream is designed to deliver long-lasting moisture, restore elasticity, and soothe any signs of fatigue underneath the eyes. And I find find that this leaves my under eye area nice and hydrated, but it's not so hydrating that I get little bumps underneath my eyes. It wears well under makeup. I like it at night. I've just really been getting on nicely with this eye cream. So this is just my follow-up to what I said in that new and worthy video, which you can catch after you finish this if you're interested in this or other products that I shared in that video. I've been using this morning and night. I really like it for my dry textured under eyes and am continuing to use it. I'm losing my light by the minute. I'm just powering through and doing what I can. So the lipstick that I changed to earlier is the Merit Signature Lip Lightweight Lipstick. The shade that I have on is called Baby, and it's just a neutral pink, and that's exactly how I would describe it. It's not a warm pink, it's not a cool pink, it's just a true neutral pink. Now they say that this is a sheer lipstick with a satin finish that gives you the benefits of lip balm, but without the heaviness of a traditional lipstick. It's supposed to give you a really lightweight feel. It's got squalane, sunflower seed oil, raspberry oil, and papaya fruit extract. All of those ingredients work together to hydrate, lock in moisture, soothe lips, and just feel really lightweight in the process. So I just don't think that this is a super sheer lipstick, yet it feels super sheer. And that's what I like about it. It also wears a nice amount of time, whether I have a lip liner on underneath it or not. I think this color is really pretty. All of their shades are nice and neutral. I've been reaching for this quite a lot and I'm very interested in getting more shades for sure. I mean, I just really love the way it flatters my lips because of the hydration, and my lips never get dry. It really does just kind of feel like I'm wearing a lip balm, yet my lips have pigment, but they're not glossy like a lip gloss. I don't think I was expecting to like this as much as I do. I'm so glad I have it, and I definitely plan on getting more shades. Another product that I'm picky about, I mean, what am I not picky about, is makeup remover. If I have to put in too much effort or if it stings my eyes, whatever reason, it's out. I tried the Milk Makeup, what is the official name of this? Milk Makeup Hydro Ungrip Makeup Removing Cleansing Balm. I really do like that name because usually their stuff is Hydro Grip, so Ungrip, it's kind of cute. This is a makeup removing balm. There's a little hint of a scent in here, nothing to write home about. It's almost got a creamy look to it. You know, a lot of these products look more like a gel. I went into this fully expecting to love this because overall I've had pretty good luck with Milk Makeup and I like a lot of their products, but it takes me more effort to remove my makeup, specifically my eye makeup, waterproof mascara, than other removers that I enjoy, whether they're balms or whether they're cleansing oils. Now, if you're someone who's maybe not tried a lot of other balms or oils, you may not know any different, and this may work fine for you. But when I compare it to my go-to makeup removers, this just doesn't hold up. If you're interested in what those are, I will have those linked down below as well, just so you know the ones that remove my makeup effortlessly, don't sting my eyes, rinse off easily with water, so that when I go in with my regular cleanser, there's just no residue to worry about. This does work. It just takes a little more effort to get there. So it's out for me, but I do have a Milk Makeup product that I did like this month, and that is the Kush Fiber Brow Gel in the shade Haze. I do have it in my brows today, and I'm liking it for a tinted brow gel. It adds some fibers, a little bit of fullness, and the shade Haze I think helps tone down my brows a little bit if they're a little bit dark. I also like the size of the wand. Sometimes brow wands can be too long or too fat, or the bristles can be too close together or too deep, too shallow, I don't know, too something, and this one just kind of hits all the marks for me. I thought I had tried this in the past, but I looked through my stash, I don't have it. Maybe it's just been a while, I don't know, but I really am just loving it. It's been a while since I've shared a fragrance, and I received a sample roller ball of this fragrance. I have no idea from where, I can't remember. I put it on one day and I couldn't stop sniffing my wrist. This is Clean Reserve Skin scent. I wasn't expecting to really like this. I've been throwing it on almost every day, and it just gives me that kind of everyday, clean, warm smell that's not generic. At least that's how it smells on me. I just love it, and I love fragrance for every day, even if I'm just at home or if I'm running errands, and this is one that just throws on easily. So it says here, this is the signature scent you've been looking for. Creamy Madagascar vanilla offers a soft and subtle sweetness to the cozy, close to the skin musk, creating the perfect everyday perfume. Wear this scent alone or layer with other clean reserve perfumes to add warmth with a kiss of sweetness. It's not too musky, not too vanilla. There's a warmth and a coziness to it that I just adore. I was not expecting to like it, like I said, but I will be purchasing a full bottle. This has been so nice. If I have random lifestyle things to share, I love sharing those in my monthly favorites. I have a few to share today. The first, if you are using another version of this type of item, you definitely need to check this one out. Or if you've just never bought an apple slicer before, I know it's such a random thing to share, but this is a thin apple slicer. You can see above how thin it slices your apples. This is a typical one. This is the normal sized apple slices that you get from a typical slicer. But not only does it slice your apples thin, it also pushes the core and the slices all the way through, so you don't have to do it with your hands and potentially cut yourself like you do with these traditional apple slicers. Now, you probably saw me share this already if you saw my Amazon favorites video that I did recently. If you haven't seen that, I'll have it linked down below in my description box and up here. This is a product that has changed my daily life. I use it all the time, so I did want to share it here as well. I also wanted to point out these acrylic containers that I have now bought 3 sets of, I think. I think it was less than $25 for 25 drawer organizers of various sizes. They have non-slip feet that you can put on them, and they're sturdy. We use them in the kitchen. I use them for my beauty products, of course, have them in bathrooms, in junk drawers. This is a great, great steal. So those are just 2 items I wanted to point out just in case there are some of you who didn't catch that video. I just wanted to mention them very briefly here. I don't usually carry products over from Amazon to this video, but these are 2 I wanted to make an exception for. I also discovered an app a few days ago. Now, I may be late to the game on this. I think a lot of people already use it. If you are someone who is constantly going to your closet and you're a little bit overwhelmed and you can never find outfits, or you're always wearing the same thing, you can upload your clothes, whether you're wearing them or they're just laying on your bed, it doesn't matter. You can put outfits together, or you can do separate pieces and make the outfits within the app. It's called Pureple, P-U-R-E-P-L-E. I'm not sure why it's named what it is. All I know is it's free, and it really helped me out this weekend because I was wearing the same dresses over and over and over. So I decided to go through every single dress I owned of all types, try them all on, and put them into categories. I was able to come up with my own categories and drop different dresses into multiple categories. So now I know exactly what's in my dress wardrobe. I haven't done other categories of clothes yet: shirts, pants, shorts, other items. I just really wanted to sort dresses out because I found I just wasn't wearing what I had. I kept wearing the same couple over and over, but it really helped me get organized and just know what was in my closet, so I stopped overlooking things I had. I have a show recommendation for you. I love discovering new shows and sharing shows that I love with you. I started watching Yellowjackets. How many of you have seen it? What did you think? I had heard it was good. I love it. So the reason why it's called Yellowjackets is because that's the name of the mascot for this girls' soccer team. And the premise behind the show is that the soccer team is flying to nationals when their plane crashes. I was trying to describe it to somebody the other day, and Lost immediately came to mind. So if you like Lost, I think you would like this. Of course, you're dealing with a different demographic. You've got a high school girls soccer team, both in the present day and back then, 25 years ago. It is just so intriguing. I'll read you the description because I'm not sure I can do it justice. It says it's part survival epic, part psychological horror, and part coming of age drama. This is the story of a team of wildly talented high school girls girls soccer players who survive a plane crash deep in the remote northern wilderness. The series chronicles their descent from a complicated, thriving team to savage clans, while also tracking the lives they've attempted to piece back together 25 years later. What began in the wilderness is far from over. It's one of those shows where I have to make myself go to bed because it's very bingeable. There's just one season. There's 10 episodes, so it's not hard to catch up. I'm waiting to hear when season 2 is coming out, so there's not much to catch up on if you're looking for a new show, if you like that genre of shows. I've really been enjoying it. And so has my good friend Risa Does Makeup. She's been liking it too. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love that you guys tune in every month to see my favorites and fails. It means so much to me. An extra special thank you to my Stephanie Marie Circle members and to the premium members. An extra special thank you, those of you who go above and beyond. I truly appreciate that. We are in our new house, getting settled, so my schedule will be getting back on track soon. I just really appreciate you guys for sticking with me through this transition phase. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Be sure and catch my latest Amazon favorites video if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye!